Alright, in today's video, we are going to talk about the difference between a pre-qualification and a pre-approval. I get this question quite often from folks who are looking to start this home buying process, who are wanting to know, do I have to do both? Is one better than the other? Like, what do I need to know? You know I got you covered. Keep watching. Hey there, it's Riggs here, a realtor with Coldwell Banker King Thompson, bringing you all things real estate here in Central Ohio. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. Let's just get into it. So your question, you're trying to figure out what is the difference between a pre-qualification and a pre-approval. Let's jump right into it. Well, first thing I can say is that you're not alone. And I think the reason for this is because so many folks use the two, pre-qualification or pre-approval, interchangeably when there are some differences. And so I'm not here to debate why people do that. I'm just here to inform you so that you know that people do use the words interchangeably, but there are big differences to what the purposes are for either of them. So let's discuss those. Alright, so a pre-qualification, it's also called a pre-qual, a pre-qualify. I hear all kinds of things, but a pre-qualification, it is you providing information to a lender. Again, it's you providing information to a lender about your income, about your assets, about your credit, etc. Did you pick up on the key? It is you providing information. So I see a pre-qualification as just a really great dialogue with the lender, who's obviously the one who's going to work with the underwriter, who I like to see the underwriter as like the Wizard of Oz. They're the ones who decide if you get the loan based on their guidelines. That really comes back to what's your financial position. If you have a strong financial position that fits a program that they have, or a loan product, that they have, you're going to get a loan. May not be what you're looking for or the amount you're looking for, but that's how it works. So again, a pre-qualification is a dialogue with the lender, which I think if you're looking to plan this out, if you're not ready to go right now, maybe you're 6 months out, 12 months out, 14 months out, what have you, this is a great first step because it allows you to be able to let the lender know. If you're like me and you monitor your credit, you can say, you know, when I pull my credit on Credit Karma, and I say that because most people use it, and I think it's a great free service for consumers to use for information. You can say, according to that source, my score is this, I make this much money per month gross, I have these expenses, I have these other assets. You can have a whole conversation and you can ask this lender things that you want to know. If you don't understand how property taxes work in your payment, if you don't understand how homeowners insurance works, it's a great time for you to ask all these questions and for the lender to say, based on what you provided, here's where you are. And it helps you know, yay, I'm sitting good to be able to buy a house that's $200,000. Or right now I'm probably only eligible for about $150,000, but I really want something that's in that $200,000 range. Now you're best informed to be able to make some changes to move your financial position where it needs to be, assuming your budget falls in line with that, to get the home of your dreams. It's a great first step for information. But when you're ready to start focusing on actually making the purchase, so when you're just a couple months out from aggressively starting your home search, you definitely want to have a pre-approval done. So by saying that, you now realize you do not need to have a pre-qualification done, then a pre-approval. I am not saying that. It is not step one, step two. A pre-qualification is a great first step, but the key step, the one you definitely need to do, is the pre-approval. And the reason for that is, it is the lender actually pulling your credit. So they're not just going by what you say, they're actually pulling your credit to see what's on your credit history, what are your scores with the reporting agencies, where are you truly at. They are actually going to look at and determine what your debt to income ratio is, which helps them determine if you can really afford the house that you're looking for. They also are going to verify your income. They're going to verify your assets, and they're going to look at your bank statements and all of those things. You're going to provide these things to them so that they can truly verify information. You notice the key word of what I'm saying is verify and pull. They're verifying information and they're pulling your credit. They now have a hard look at the real facts. It's not just what you're saying, it's what is truly happening right now. This is how they determine if you're truly eligible for the mortgage loan. And they will issue a letter, which is called a pre-approval letter, stating as such. Now, it doesn't mean you are a shoo-in, you're getting the loan, because if you have that done and you go out and open 3 new credit cards, buy a new car and new furniture, and completely change your debt to income ratio where your debts are way higher than your income, that piece of paper is just a piece of paper. You will not get the loan if your financial position changes drastically. So I tell all my clients, once you're ready to start your home buying process and you connect with your lender and you get that pre-approval, don't change anything. Continue to pay your bills on time. Continue to keep positive balances in your accounts, but don't do anything. Don't open credit cards. Don't go get any new loans. Don't have any new deposits that are not things that you can explain from just your payroll. Just don't do anything, because any of those things can change your position and can kick you out from getting that mortgage loan. So keep that in mind. So, Riggs, you're asking, right? Why do I need a pre-approval? What's the purpose? Good question, really. Good question. In a seller's market, which right here in Columbus, Ohio, in most areas, if not, I'll say majority, because it's so true, we're still a seller's market, meaning there's still competition between buyers to get any particular property. You might be thinking this right now that I'm going down this path, but think about this. You have your pre-approval. You have a lender saying that you can obtain a mortgage loan for $250,000. I am a buyer and I have only done a pre-qualification. I don't have an official letter saying that I can purchase this same $250,000 home. You and I both submit offers through our agents to the sellers. Who do you think the seller is really going to consider in a seller's market? You got it. You beat me out every time. And it's because the seller looks at me and says, how are you convincing me that you can get the money to buy my house? Why should I, being the seller in that example, take my home off the market for you, Riggs? You're not even showing me that you can afford the house. Yet this buyer here, being you, is showing me from X lender that they're already pre-approved for $250,000. Notice the leverage it gives you, and that's what you want. That is why the pre-approval carries so much more weight and is definitely what you need to have if you're serious about buying your home. So keep that in mind. Pre-qualification you can do really early on. If you're trying to just plan, want to get an idea of what you can afford, pre-qualification is a great first step for that. But once you get to the point where you're just a month or 2 months out and you're going to aggressively start your home search, you definitely have to have a pre-approval done. Set yourself up to win. My job is to tell you the truth here. And so I want to make sure you set yourself up for success so that you can be the most appealing to a seller in that regard. So that is all I have for you guys in this video. Do let me know down in the comments section if you have any questions. I also just created a new form that if you want somewhere more private to pose your questions, let me know in that form and I will certainly connect back to you. There's a link right down in the description box. So make sure you use that, send me your questions, and I will answer you more discreetly if you prefer that. But for my folks who enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a like. It's how I know you enjoyed it. But in the comments section, put hashtag Riggs, I got this. It lets me know that this connected with you, it made some sense, and that you're best prepared to start this process if you're looking to start planning on purchasing your home. Thank you guys so much for watching. You stay fabulous and productive, and I'll see you in my next video. Take care.